Hey guys, Jay Monahan was in a press conference today down at the Players, of course, at TPC Sawgrass. And, I'm always anxious. Of course, Rich, obviously, we could see that you're clearly at the Players. You've got the beautiful background.
So they were so nice. They actually set up a whole place for me right in the back right there so they could just overlook the clubhouse.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah. Like one of those broadcaster booths with like the see-through backdrop and the whole thing.
That's exactly what's happening.
We do want to thank our media partners there at the PGA Tour for taking such good care of us, and our correspondent, Rich.
Yeah, exactly. And let me say, it has been quite eventful so far, and I'm looking forward to an exciting weekend.
Well, Rich actually was in this press conference this morning, clearly, because he's down there, so he gave me a lot of these notes, but I'll run through them, for the audience at home. Jay Monahan back in the news headlines, talking a bunch. Of course, the topic of interest, and I think the thing that everybody was tuning in for was updates on the PGA Tour LIV Golf merger. I don't know. I feel like, airlines get acquired quicker than this golf course thing working out. But either way, let's see here. We'll jump right into that. Monahan confirms that discussions with the PIF governor, Yasir Al-Rumayyan, I'm working on that one still. I'll get it. Don't worry. Are real and substantial. Guys, we have a new term. We had framework, we had a deal in principle, and now we have real and substantial.
Wow.
So that's something you can really hang your hat on, boys. I feel like it is just around the corner. Probably by 2030, we should have, maybe like what do they call it? Like a memo of intent or something. I don't know, whatever those are called.
I think 294 traffic construction is going to be done before this.
Yeah, I think they'll have LaGrange patched up before we. Sorry, that's way too local of a reference. Monahan's quote: "I do believe that negotiating a deal with the PIF is the best outcome. I think an ultimate deal will be in the best interest of the game and ultimately would be in the best interest of the tour." Yeah, so major news dropping there, huh? We've learned a lot today.
Yeah.
We've learned it's real and substantial.
Oh yeah, it is so real. It's one of those like it's real, trust me, bro, kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's like trust, like
trust. Yeah.
You good? I'm good. We're chill.
It's the exact same as the other stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, I do feel like they're getting closer, though. I think they're closer than when they first started, right?
I would think so. I mean, I would like to think so. I feel like we're getting these little drops of info and intel that are sounding more positive, less argumentative, and more often. So I don't know if that's a good thing or if mom and dad are just trying to be nice in front of the kids. I can't really tell you.
Right.
But either way, here we are, with this just major news dropping today. Here was some other stuff that I found pretty interesting. That one of the big topics he got into as well is, of course, talking about the PGA Tour fan experience and some of the changes that they're going to be making. They want to focus on more mic'd up players.
Oh, that's fun.
Which I will say, I kind of like that. They're walking and talking. We get the kind of the fairway thing. Sometimes they got like an AirPod in or whatever, I don't know. Kind of brings you in the world.
Because that's fun. Because I like it when they do that in baseball. And the guys for example, like Mookie Betts, he's on the Dodgers. He was playing right field.
He sounds like a gambling website.
Yeah. But he was on the commentary as he's playing the outfield, and he goes, "Hold on a second, guys," and he starts running, and all you hear is his chain like going up against the mic, and he catches it. He goes, "Got that one," and then one flies past him. He goes, "I ain't getting that one."
That was great because it was like as he's running, he's like, "I ain't getting to that one."
What's funny is like, he's clearly so comfortable and experienced that he's just like that present in all those moments, not like panicking. I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, dude's just yucking it up.
Now, do you think the PGA players are going to be like that? Because some of them,
I mean, here's the thing. I don't think Patrick Cantlay is going to be like that. I think maybe JT, he put out that big letter talking about, giving the fans some more. I don't know. Maybe Homa, maybe. I mean, maybe it's the TGL guys. Maybe, they're getting a little more comfortable with it. The earpiece in, maybe that's what we're going to see first. And maybe that's sort of the catalyst to this conversation and this idea. They're going, wow, this is totally working on Monday and Tuesday nights on ESPN. Let's bring it into the tour. And of course, hopefully we can get Tiger Woods and Tom Kim and Kevin Kisner laughing. I don't know. I think all that'd be fun. Another big topic, of course, that continually gets brought up is pace of play. And they actually announced they have some things they've been working on, as well as a new idea that I am totally on board with. All right. Something that's been circling around is the talk of letting these guys use rangefinders. We've kind of talked about it a little bit in some past shows. But what they're saying is that it's becoming more real, and they're actually going to be testing it at a few events this year. They've been testing it on the Korn Ferry Tour. What's there to test?
Yeah.
What are we like? What are we testing? Like, do they know how to do it? Do they need tech support? Like,
I have a opinion about that though. I feel like that's not going to do a difference with their amount of time that they take. Maybe a little bit, but these guys, they're so good, and their caddies are so good that they know how far everything is because they walk the courses. So it's like,
here's the thing. The ball lands dead center middle of the fairway. How do you know how far away the pin is? You could have walked this thing 100 times. How do you know where you are within the space of the golf course to know that you are, if we're talking down to gusts and puffs of wind having that big of, a factor on your swing, you want to know down to the exact yard. So that's where we get into the thing where they have to go find the nearest sprinkler head, which could be 10 yards up, 10 yards back. The caddy usually goes to it, starts stepping off and taking paces to get even with the ball. And it was 10 paces. So that thing said 200 plus 10. We're at 210 from here. Now we're going to start looking at the wind. What they're saying is, let's get up to the ball, pull out the rangefinder, shoot it. Boom, we're at 210 instead of all of those steps necessary to get that number.
Does a rangefinder do the wind too?
No, but it's just that entire first step of the process of getting your exact yardage. Instead of going to the sprinkler head and pacing it off and doing all that, you just step up and shoot it. And most likely the caddy will probably have that rangefinder in his little pouch for his caddy bib and steps right up, boom, shoots it, number. So, I mean, even if that's shaving off 20 seconds, you imagine 20 seconds times whatever these guys are shooting, par 72, some are under, some are over, obviously, times a field of 120 guys, times 4 days. Essentially, we're going to end up saving like 6 light years with the amount of tournaments and players we have. Light years is not time. I don't think that was the correct reference.
Question.
This 4-day event's now going to be about 6 hours total.
Yeah, that's it.
Is this an unwritten rule in golf that you don't like range find how far your putts are? Because I've never seen that, but I've always thought about it. Like, I have a rangefinder, I could get down where the ball is, shoot the pin.
Yeah, you don't see guys. Well, okay, you don't see guys doing it on tour because they can't use rangefinders. So I wouldn't know if they would do it because we don't get to see them do it at all. A lot of the guys step it off, but I think that distance number only means so much because you have so many other factors at play. Like your iron is flying through air, and then the wind is sort of your battle, and then maybe some elevation. Whereas a putt, you've got uphill, downhill, undulation, whatever. I don't know. Maybe it would be. Maybe next time we're out there, we all start lasering our putts.
I would do it.
I mean, here's the problem. I know. Let's say, for example, like my 8 irons going, let's say 170 or something like that, give or take. And so I know if I sort of take my full swing, that's going 170, hopefully, all things considered. I have no concept like, oh, that's a 20-foot putt or whatever. Like, I'm still using the same club, and I don't really know how far back it's supposed to go 20 feet. I don't know what I would do with that information.
Right.
Not sure it would help. Hey, but here is now, okay, rangefinders, one way to speed up pace play. They have one other idea, and I love this one. It is through sheer humiliation. Okay? The PGA Tour is resorting to humiliation. What they're going to start doing is putting out stats and data of the shot time per player and their average, and then posting it. So
that's awesome.
You can flat out and just go, you take the longest, you're the fastest, you suck, you're helping, whatever. So they're basically just putting these guys on blast and going to be posting this data. I think it's great. I'm actually really excited about that.